She's in her 7th season as an assistant coach for Greg Popovich. And obviously, he has been a pipeline of assistants going to head coaching jobs.
Yes.
If you observe her closely, you know she has presence about her.
Mm-hmm.
She has a command to her. She has a stature about her because she exudes a confident feel for basketball that won over all those players immediately. The one I was most skeptical of was Tony Parker. She played point guard at the highest level in the WNBA.
Yeah, 6-time All-Star.
For the New York Liberty, her number retired into the Ring of Honor. And then as a San Antonio Spur, her jersey was retired number 25. So it was 8 years in New York, 8 years for San Antonio Stars. And what was she as a point guard? She was obviously smart. She was a leader, and she was tough, physically and mentally tough, and she competed at the highest level, Olympics and in WNBA. And right away, Tony Parker was in awe of her. And she spent a year when she was hurt helping out there, and Tony just gravitated to her because he liked her view of it, her vision of how to play point guard and what worked and what doesn't. As Pop always says, she has a knack for what works and what does not work.
Skip, the thing is, talking to Tony Dungy, I had him on my podcast, and he said, and I asked him about coaching Peyton Manning. He said, Peyton is really easy to coach, but he's very difficult to coach. He says, he wants you to help him become better. He wants to be great. The problem is his expectations. The players, can you help me become great? But you have to temper their expectation because, bro, hold on now. We can't do all this in one day. But over time, as you said, the amount of time that she spent in San Antonio, and they were like, hold on. She was here with Tim Duncan and Tony Parker and Manu and Kawhi. She already got credibility. She got credit. Anybody that comes in there, because it's hard for you to be better than what they were.
I got it. You're right. Okay, so Greg Popovich said many times publicly, the day Tim Duncan walks out that door, I'll be walking right behind him. Boy, that was 4 years ago. And guess who's still head coach? So I don't.
72 next month.
I got it. But I don't know. I think in his heart of hearts, he's thinking, and if I quit, I would do what?
Exactly.
Drink wine? No, I don't know. So I think he still loves it. I think he's still on fire to do it. And I'm not sure he's going to go anytime soon.
I don't either.
They have another bright, young, obviously male assistant on staff named Will Hardy, and the insiders all tell me he's the next Budenholzer, obviously the coach of the Bucks.
Because you mentioned Pop's tree, Skip, Budenholzer, Brett Brown was in Philly for a number of years, Jim Brolin, Taylor Jenkins in Memphis, and James Borrega, I think that's in Charlotte. So
I mean, he's doing well. They wiped out Dallas.
And
LaMelo's starting to
Melo's starting to pop.
Okay. So the point is that Will Hardy's got next as far as somebody's going to come and snatch him up who needs a head coach elsewhere. But to your point, to me, Becky is still perfectly positioned to follow Pop. And I think R.C. Buford really has the highest respect for her. And he loves Will Hardy, too. So to me, the best move would be for her to hang in and hang on until he finally says that's enough. I don't know when that's going to be, and I'm not sure it's going to be anytime soon. But the time is feeling righter and righter to have a female head coach in this league. Because what do I see? And I watch NBA like crazy. It seems like every game I turn on, I see a female referee. It's
I see a lot of them. I see a lot more.
It's like a new movement. Thanks to our commissioner right now, he's saying more. Let's even it up. And again, the more female refs there are, the more respect they will garner, and the more it'll seem commonplace to have a female in a power position during an NBA game.
For the longest time, Skip, it was just two. I can't remember the black female, but I know Dee Cantor was one of the white female. So it was for the longest time. And like you said, now I see three or four of them. And I think they just elevated another one a couple of weeks ago. Skip, I believe it's probably going to have to be there. I agree with you. I believe she's going to have to succeed Pop. Because I don't know if the owners are like, Skip, they're old school. And they've been doing it, you know, they hire according to like, okay, you just hire this guy because they fit the profile.
I got it.
So I believe it's going to be a situation like this. And sometimes, and if I'm Pop, I would leave a year earlier. If you look at the way Coach Smith did it in North Carolina, Skip, he left the cupboard for Bill Guthrie to have something. Tony Dungy left the Indy so Jim Caldwell could have something.
He did.
Don't let the cupboard get totally barren so she doesn't really have a chance to succeed.
That's a good
and they can say, I told you she should have never got the job anyway.
Okay, she is now in the pipeline, it's Popline, officially.
Yes.
I like Popline, actually. but the point is, in 2017, she interviewed for the Bucks GM job.
Right.
Well, I want to see her be a head coach, but that's fine too. But then remember, just a few months back in October, she interviewed for the Indiana the head coaching vacancy.
Right.
So you know how it works in the NFL. Once you get in the pipeline, your name's out there, and owners start thinking, well.
Yeah, I didn't hire her, but she was a great interview.
Yeah,
she really knows her stuff, and you know that word.
Well, it's almost like the Rooney Rule for minority coaches in football has to start working for the female to get the head job in basketball, right?
Yep.
Okay, so she just needs interviews to get her name out there and her presence out there. And she is highly capable. Now let's see if somebody has the guts.
That's what it's going to take, Skip.
And I believe there are 9 female coaches in the league right now, so the number's rising. And also, I liked what Frank Vogel said. He said the guys respect her, and that's what it really should be all about. I just look forward to the day where this isn't a story for us. I know it's a step in the right direction.
That's it. When you're dealing with a Brady, when you're dealing with a Peyton Manning, when you're dealing with now with Mahomes, Skip, Aaron Rodgers, that's the expectations. You can't get around it. It's not good enough to just win the division. It's not about NFC championship. Skip, that man has won 9 AFC championship games. You think he gives a damn about going to the NFC championship and that's it? No, it's all about Super Bowls. He's made that abundantly clear. At this point of his career, it's all about rings. And if it doesn't get a ring, it doesn't mean a thing. So all Bruce Arians did was tell you what everybody already knew, that Tom Brady in this season is come down to this. Are we going to be in Tampa playing for and winning the Super Bowl? If not, this was not a success. That's what Tom Brady plays for. That's what the great, and he's a great, look, there are levels of greatness. He's at the highest. He's at the highest video game. You know, whatever video game you guys are playing now, whatever the highest level is, that's what Tom Brady represents. And that's it. When you're dealing with a Brady, when you're dealing with a Peyton Manning, when you're dealing with now with Mahomes, Skip, Aaron Rodgers, that's the expectations. You can't get around it. It's not good enough to just win the division. It's not about NFC championship. Skip, that man has won 9 AFC championship games. You think he gives a damn about going to the NFC championship and that's it? No, it's all about Super Bowls. He's made that abundantly clear. At this point of his career, it's all about rings. And if it doesn't get a ring, it doesn't mean a thing. So all Bruce Arians did was tell you what everybody already knew, that Tom Brady in this season is come down to this. Are we going to be in Tampa playing for and winning the Super Bowl? If not, this was not a success. That's what Tom Brady plays for. That's what the great, and he's a great, look, there are levels of greatness. He's at the highest. He's at the highest video game. You know, whatever video game you guys are playing now, whatever the highest level is, that's what Tom Brady represents. And